I'm Chelsea of Friday Pattern Company, and this week I wanted to take you on an afternoon of sewing with me. The seasons are changing here and it's getting warmer, and you know, my urge at this time of year is to like just get new stuff, like get new clothes, and I wanted to try to slow down and be more mindful. So I actually was looking at what I have and seeing, are there any pieces in here that aren't getting the amount of love that I think they should get. And there's a few pieces that I had in my wardrobe that just needed some simple alterations to be something I would wear a lot more often. So yeah, I identified these 3 dresses that I just wanted to do simple alterations on. So I'm going to do that in this video, show you how I did it, give you a little before and afters of each one. Hopefully this video can inspire you to shop your own closet and kind of look at what you have and think about what you need, and if it's maybe already there, or if there's these just like little changes that you can make to give your clothes more life. Okay, so this first dress that I want to alter is a Christy Dawn dress that I have. It's really cute, but it is a lot of look, as you can see. So I find it's hard to get an occasion to wear it. So I'm going to shorten the sleeves down so that when they're finished, they're like just above my elbow. And then I'm gonna take like 3 or 4 inches off the hem, just because it's just a huge dress. So I think that will make it a little bit more wearable. Starting with the hems, I placed a pin where I wanted the length of the sleeve to land, and then I added in, so the elastic I'm adding back into the hem of the sleeve is 3/8 of an inch. So I added a 1/4 inch to fold under, and then I added a 1/2 inch because I just like a little bit of extra room. So a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch past the spot where I want it to land, so that I can add the elastic back in and the sleeve will end up the length that I want it. And then I just cut it off, and then I'm going to press it under first a 1/4 inch and then a 1/2 inch. We are at the machine, and we are just going to edge stitch 1/8 of an inch from that folded edge we've created all the way around, and we're going to leave a 2-inch opening so that we can run elastic through this channel that we're creating. Length of elastic you need, I just held the elastic around the spot on my bicep where I wanted it to land and made sure it didn't feel tight. It just feels comfortable, and then you add 1 inch of overlap so that you can sew the elastic into a loop. You'll attach a safety pin to the end of the elastic and just inch it through your sleeve hem channel that you've created. When it gets close to the end, I like to stick a pin so that it doesn't pull out the other side. And so once you have it all the way pulled through, you'll make sure that the elastic didn't get twisted anywhere along the way, and then you'll overlap the 2 ends and we'll take them to the sewing machine to join them in a loop. You can pull that elastic out a little bit, and we'll use a zigzag stitch to just join this into a loop. And then after that's done, you can kind of disperse the elastic nicely in that casing, and then we'll sew the last 2 inches that we left open shut. And you're going to repeat this process for both sleeves. Next up, we're going to shorten the hem on this dress. So I want to shorten it 4 inches total. I'm going to cut off 3 inches, and then I'll use that last inch as seam allowance for my hem. So first, I'm just going to go around and use my seam gauge to measure, and I'm just going to trim off 3 inches. Next up, I'm going to press the hem edge under 1 inch all the way around. Next, we're just going to fold the edge under a 1/2 inch so that it meets up with that pressed edge that we just created in the last step. So after this is done, we'll take it over to the machine and we can just edge stitch all the way around the hem. And that's it for this dress. So here is the Christy Dawn dress transformed, and yeah, I really like how it turned out. Again, it's not like a super huge change from how the dress was before, especially with the hemline, but the way that it has been modified, I just know I'm gonna get a lot more wear out of it. And it's kind of funny because I bought this dress because I really liked it and it looked comfy. I'm so into these like shirted dresses, but then she came out with like the spring version of it that I think is just these adjustments. Like it's got a shorter sleeve and I think it's a tiny bit shorter, but it's okay. We did it ourselves. Okay, so for this next one, this decision has actually caused me a lot of pain because I thrifted this amazing nightgown. It's like, it's got a Nordstrom's tag in it, and I think it's like, it's from the 70s or the 80s. I mean, it's so cute. Like, it's got this inset trim, and it's just so lovely, and I love it as a nightgown. I just don't, you know, nightgowns don't get as much wear as they would, and I think if it was another color, I would just wear it as a dress, but it is pretty sheer, and it's just, I feel so bad cutting it up, but I just think it'll have a lot more life if I make it into a shirt. So I'm going to cut this one off so that it's a little bit long and then just give it a nice hem, and then we'll have a cute like pirate nightgown shirt. The adjustments that we're making to this nightgown dress shirt thing are very simple and pretty reminiscent of what we just did in the last one. So I marked where I wanted to cut it off, and I added an inch for seam allowance for the hem. And this fabric has like a grid on it, so I just marked one and then I'm following the grid to cut it all the way around. Once I have it all cut, I am just pressing it under 1 inch, and then I'll fold the raw edge back under to meet that fold so that it's basically folded under a 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch. And just like we did with the last dress, take it over to the sewing machine and edge stitch around the hem. And that's it. And here's the nightgown in all of its transformed glory. Yeah, I love the length because I feel like I could wear this untucked and it's not too frumpy, but I can also tuck it in, you know, yeah, be like, I'm like a poet or a pirate. I love it. Yeah, so there is the shirt. Okay, so this next dress is lovely, and it's actually a ready-to-wear dress that I got. I love these ruffles, and it's a wrap, so it's super comfortable. My one beef with this dress is that the sleeves have elastic in the hem, and they sit at a really weird spot, so it's like right on your elbow, or like, for me it wants to sit right on my elbow, and I know I could like push it up, but the elastic is a little bit tight, so it's like not quite comfortable on my arm when it's like that. So I think I'm just gonna take the elastic out and then just hem these up so that they hit kind of like right here. Just a normal short sleeve, and it's not really gonna change the look of the dress very much, but it's gonna make it a lot more comfortable. Okay, so third verse, same as the first. I don't know, is that from a song? I don't even know why that popped into my head. I think that's from a Violent Femme song. I'm gonna look that up after this. Anyway, I've marked where I want the hem to fall, and I added in the hem allowance, and now I am just cutting it off. So we'll just fold our hem edge under and press it in place, and then take it over to the sewing machine, and just like we've done with the other ones, we'll edge stitch it, and then we'll repeat that process on both sleeves. And that is all I'm doing to this dress. It's very simple. It's actually not a very gratifying looking transformation, but it feels a lot more comfortable. And here is this little wrap dress transformed, and yeah, I just took the elastic off and re-hemmed the sleeves. I think maybe took a couple inches off, but it's just so much more comfortable now. And yeah, again, it's all about trying to get more wear out of the things that I already have. And even if it's small, subtle changes, making those changes so that the garment can have more life. Anyway, yeah, that's that one. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful or fun for you, and yeah, like and subscribe if you want to stick around. We've got lots more fun content coming soon.